Okay, everyone, welcome to lesson 10.6, and this is the first problem solving video that we'll have. And this will be general application problems, so we'll have a couple of problems that we'll look at here. We'll start off with number 3 on page 751. It says that we have a 240-inch pipe that is cut into two pieces. One piece is 3 times the length of the other piece. That's some key information there. Find the lengths of the two pieces. All right. So we know that the total length of the pipe is 240 inches. We know the short piece, we don't know anything about it, so we'll just call it X. The long piece in comparison to the short piece is 3 times the length, so we'll call it 3 times X. So the general equation that we'll be looking at will be the short piece plus the long piece will equal the total length, or X plus 3X equals 240 inches. Okay, let's look at how to solve this and how to figure out how long those two pieces are. From here, we'll just use the skills that we learn for solving equations. So the first thing that you'll want to do is to combine those like terms that are on the left hand side. 3x plus x is 4x. And then you want to divide both sides by 4 to find out what x is. Get x all by itself. So x equals 60. And remember, x represented the shorter piece. So the short piece is 60 inches. The longer piece was 3 times the length of the short piece, or 3 times 60, 180 inches. So the two pieces, 60 inches and 180 inches. And if you add those back together, you get 240. Okay, so again, the key to this was the short piece plus the long piece equal the total length of the pieces. Okay, let's look at this one, number 15. It says a rectangular billboard sign has a perimeter of 124 feet. Now remember, perimeter means the distance around a figure. So it says the length is 6 more than 3 times the width. Find the dimensions of the sign. Perimeter 124 feet. Width, we don't know anything about it, so we'll call it W. We know something about the length in relationship to the width. It says it's 6 more than 3 times the width, so 3W plus 6 would represent the length. So what we're looking at here, have W for the width, and then 3W plus 6 for our length. Now remember, perimeter means the distance around a figure. Now remember, with rectangles, the opposite sides have the same measurements. So left and right side, that will just be W, and then the top and bottom would just be 3W plus 6. So since they have the same measurements, we can use this formula here to find the perimeter of a rectangle. 2 times the length plus 2 times the width should give us the perimeter of a rectangle. Or in this case, 2 times 3W plus 6 plus 2 times W would equal 124. So again, once we get the equation set up, then we'll just use the skills that we've already learned to solve equations and to solve this, and we'll end up finding out the width first. And once we find the width, the measurement of the width, we can take it and plug it back in to this equation to find the measurement of the length. Okay, so let's look at that one. 2 times 3W plus 6 plus 2 times W equals 124. Okay, so get rid of your parentheses, distributive property. 6W plus 12 plus 2W equals 124. Like terms, 6w plus 2w are on the same side. Combine those to make 8w plus 12 equals 124. Remember, we're trying to isolate w, so now we want to subtract 12 from each side. And 8w equals 112. Finish this equation off to make it into 1w by dividing both sides by 8. And w, or the width, equals 14. Now again, if the width is equal to 14, we know something about the length in relationship to the width. From the beginning of the problem, we said that the length was 6 more than 3 times the width. So we can take that 14, plug it in for w, and work it out to find out the length of this billboard. So we have 42, 3 times 14 is 42, plus 6, the length is 48 feet. Okay, so that is how you would set one like that up and solve. Remember, perimeter means the distance around a figure, and remember that the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Okay, that's it for part 1 of problem solving for lesson 10.6.